शलाकया चक्षुरुर्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति पदन्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथार्नितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादं सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमोऽयं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we are reading from SriChaitanya Caritamrita. And Anantakaruna, did you remember where we stopped last time?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I will be little behind where you stopped because I remember reading with you the chapter 8, Adi Lila chapter 8, where author receives the orders of Krishna and Guru. Probably after that you read another or one or two chapter where I was not attending.
Let me find out.
So might be 9 or 10, chapter 10. I don't know.
We did finish 9. Yes, Ram Pandit. Okay, let's start at Adi Lila, chapter 10.
Okay.
So,
प्रभु जी हमारा 20 श्लोका तक हो गया, पर अगर फिर से करना है तो कर सकते।
चैप्टर 10 20 श्लोका माता।
हाँ, चैप्टर 10 20 श्लोका, क्योंकि मेरे इस पे लिखा है 12 मई को हमने वहां तक कंप्लीट किया था।
Yeah, so then we can do just after that.
Okay, then 21 श्लोका 21.
Yeah, chapter 10 श्लोका 21.
जी।
Okay. So chapter 10 and text 21. Pandit Jagadananda Prabhura Pranarup Loke Khato Jeho Sotto Amaro Sharup. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Ananta Karuna, can you read the translation and purport?
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Chapter 10, text 21, translation. Pandita Jagadananda, the sixth branch of the Chaitanya tree, was celebrated as the life and soul of the Lord. He is known to have been an incarnation of Satyabhama, one of the chief queens of Lord Krishna. Purport. There are many dealings of Jagadananda Pandit with Lord SriChaitanya Mahaprabhu. Most importantly, he was the Lord's constant companion and especially took part in all the pastimes of Lord in the houses of Srivas Pandit and Chandrasekhar Acharya.
So, this Jagadananda Pandit, he's very known personalities. When Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu start his Sankirtan movement in Srivas Sangan, in Srivas Thakur's house, from day one, he was there. And he used to actually, you can say, control Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's a Pandit, you know, he's a Pandit, he's a very big scholar. And what he do, normally, he used to say, okay, what to do, what not to do. One day, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was actually forcing to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to honor food. So that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you know what? You saying I am a Bhagavan, I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But you know, someone always stand up and back of me with a stick on his hand. And he always control me. And who is that? That is Jagadananda Pandit. Because Jagadananda Pandit always used to say, you know, what is the Sannasi's dharma? The Sannasi's dharma, to live very simple way. Not only that, the Sannasi's dharma is always honor very less food, means how much you need to survive yourself. Jagadananda Pandit always said, you know what? Sannasi should not eat lot, should not eat so much. If Sannasi do little bit of mistake, then ultimately people talk about that mistake only. People doesn't see what the good quality the Sannasi have. As mentioning, is like there is a one Bengali proverb, Bengali example. You know, when we in India, specifically in America, nowadays is like you get a rice, and whose rice is coming from Shortex machines. Shortex machines is like, you know, the machines are ultimately filtering the rice. Just same size of rice, a little bit of bigger, a little bit of shorter, they short it out. And immediately I went to India, and my brothers have that business. So there's the newly machine actually came from Germany. So they show how it's work. So we got a shortic rice. The shortic, that's why it's like all rice grain are the same size because it's coming from that machine. But in India, normally, you know, people, these rice are very expensive. But in India, people don't buy those rice. So you cook a lot of rice, but if there is one or two black rice, instead of thousands pieces of rice seeds, your eyes will go to the black rice only. The similar way, Mahaprabhu is saying, if you are wearing a Shubhra version, Shubhra means the white cloth. If you are wearing white cloth and a small dot of ink a very small dot of ink stay on white cloth, people will observe only on that small dot. People don't going to observe there is another 4 meters or 5 meters of white cloth are there without any spot. So that's the Jagadananda Pandit. This is the branches of Lord Chaitanya's tree and 6 number branches. বৃত্তে করিতে চাহে প্রভুর লালন পালন, বৈরাগ্য লোক ভয়ে প্রভু না মানে কখন. Wow, what I mentioned, see, it is just there. Rachana Mata, is it possible for you to read the translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. Jagdanand Pandit, as an incarnation of Satya Baba, always wanted to see to the comfort of Lord Chaitanya, but since Lord was a sannyasi, he did not accept the luxurious that Jagdananda Pandit offered.
So this is before of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sannyas. Okay, before of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sannyas. দুইজনে খটমটি লাগায় কন্দল, তার বৃত্তের কথা আগে কহিব সকল. Shapnamata, is it possible for you to read the translation?
Okay, Prabhuji. They sometimes appeared to fight over trifles, but their quarrels were based on different affection, of which I shall speak later.
Thank you. So this is in a Jagadananda Pandit and Mahaprabhus always have a very good, nice, short, meaning sweet and salty relationships. Because as I mentioned, before sannyas, also he always tried to give all the facilities to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to accept, and after sannyas he tried to control Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they always have that kind of loving fight, always. And that's why the Granthakar, the author of these books, are mentioning, I will mention about their fight later on. Let me explain about their loving trophies. So let's hear. রাঘব পণ্ডিত প্রভু রাদ্য অনুচার, তার এক শাখা মুখ্য মকরধ্বজ কর. So as the Adi Lila, this one, this Adi Lila is ultimately we call the Sutras. Sutras meaning is a link are in whole Chaitanya Caritamrita. So all details will come little later on. So now the main subtitles are coming up ultimately. So now Raghav Pandit, again, Ananta Karuna, could you read the translation?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Text 24. Text 24 translation. Raghava Pandit, Sri Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's original follower, is understood to have been the 7th branch. From him proceeded another sub-branch headed by Makardhaja Kaur. Purport. Kaur was the surname of Makardhaja. At present, this surname is generally found in the Kayastha community. The Gaura Ganadesh Dipika 166 states, Tanishta bhokka samagring krishnayada brajeha mitam shaiva samprattam gauranga priya Raghava Panditaha. Raghava Pandita was formerly a confidential gopi in Vraja during the time of Lord Krishna's pastime, and his former name was Dhanishta. This gopi, Dhanishta, always engaged in preparing foods for Krishna. Haribol.
That's the Raghav Pandit.
Mm.
And also, Raghav Pandit, what is his speciality? Raghav Pandit's speciality. As mentioned, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he always recite 3 places. And what is that 3 places? Anybody remember? Rachana Mata, did you remember?
What was the question, Prabhuji?
The question is, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always recite 3 places. Still now, even though.
Navdeep and
No, the
Nah.
3 places is particularly are mentioning somebody's houses. So whose houses are those?
Srivas.
Srivash,
I could remember only Srivas Acharya.
okay, not a problem. Yeah. Shapna, do you know about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always stay in 3 places?
Gadadhar Pandit.
Gadadhar Pandit, with Gadadhar Pandit, could be. Anything else are coming to your mind?
No, Prabhuji, sorry.
Then that's fine. That's fine. Okay.
And I
Ananda
think
Grantha.
isn't it in one of the mandir where they appeared Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing form? I remember you told us one story that those become a deity and they are always there.
That's in Panihati. He came to Panihati during the Danda Mahotsav.
So I'm thinking there, Pani, but Panihati.
Okay, there is a 3 place. Ananda Corona.
Yeah, it could be some could be off, but Shatimata Ranginai, and then Srivash Pandit's house and Raghav Pandit's, because he's cooking for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So
Right.
these 3 places.
So Shachir, Bhavan, Srivash Angan, Raghaver Randhan.
Yes.
Shachir Bhavan, the house of Mother Shochi. Srivash Angan, the courtier of Srivas Pandit, Srivas Thakur. Raghaver Randhan, the kitchen of Raghav Pandit. 3 places Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always reside.
So Prabhu, I had this, probably you will tell a little more here. So Shochimata Rangina, we understand, and then Raghav Pandit's kitchen for the food and prasadam. So Srivas Angina is for kirtan, right, Prabhu?
Right. Because that's why the Srivashangina's hidden name, Gupta Rashasthali.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the place where he start the Harinam Sankirtan, right? That's the place Lord Nityananda Prabhu accept his Vasha Puja celebration. From there, where we start the Vasha Puja for our spiritual masters. That's the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu give a bond to Srivas Thakur by seeing the surrender to Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet, saying, "Oh Srivash, if anyone come to your place, your house, your courtier, not in the house areas, just come to your, courtier area, that person will get my bhakti." Just a devotee when go to Mayapur, from West and from different part of world, they try to they make sure they chant one round under the neem tree, and they chant another few rounds to Srivashangan. They sat down and chant the Srivashangan by, for accepting the blessings of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's the Raghav Pandit. That's very, very special. We will have more details of Raghav Pandit in Madhya Lila. That will come how Raghav Pandit will cook hundreds of items, will take to Jagannath Puri for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as known as Raghaver Jhali. So it will come.
प्रभु जी वो रसोई घर को क्या शब्द वापरा है? राघवेर पंडित
रंधन. रंधन.
ओ रंधन.
रंधन मीन्स कुकिंग.
क्योंकि रणभूमि बोले तो जहाँ लड़ाई होती है, ये रणधन तो इधर भी
ये
थोड़ी
रणधन ना, रंधन.
रंधन. Okay.
If it is ranadhan, then the meanings will come. You went for the war and you achieve the wealth in the battlefield. That's the ranadhan. Randhan, also in a Sanskrit word, in Randhan, meanings is you are cooking for someone.
Okay. Thank you. Dhanyavad, Prabhuji.
You're welcome. So we say, Randhan Shala. তাহার ভগিনী দময়ন্তী প্রভুর প্রিয় দাসী, প্রভুর ভোগ সামগ্রী যে করে 12 মাসে। তাহার ভগিনী দময়ন্তী প্রভুর প্রিয় দাসী, প্রভুর ভোগ সামগ্রী যে করে 12 মাসী। রূপেশ্বরী আছে কি তোমার পাশে?
না প্রভু, নিতাই যন্ত্রণা করতেছে।
ওকে, ঠিক আছে। Rachana Mata, could you please read the translation and purport?
Yes, Prabhuji. Raghav Pandit's sister Damayanti was the dear maid servant of the Lord. She always collected various ingredients with which to cook for Lord Chaitanya. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes in his Anubhashya in the Gaur Ganodesha Dipika 167, it is mentioned Guna Mala Vraje Yasid Damayanti tu tat swasa. The Gopi name Gunamala appeared as Raghav Pandit's sister Damayanti. On the East Bengal Railway line beginning from Sealdah station in Calcutta, there is a station named Sodapur, which is not very far from Calcutta. Within 1 mile of this station, towards the west side of the Ganga, is a village known as Panihati, in which the residential quarter of Raghav Pandit still exists. On Raghav Pandit's tomb is a creeper on a concrete platform. There is also a Madan Mohan deity in a broken down temple nearby. This temple is managed by a local zamindar of the name Sri Shiva Chandra Rai Chaudhary. Makaradhvaj Kar was also an inhabitant of Panihati.
Yeah. So we hear that Damayanti, who is the Damayanti, are So she is Gunamala, and also Srila Prabhupads are mentioning, giving quote from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Anuvasa. So it is, if you go to Kolkata, there is a station, it's called Junction, it's called Shialda. From Shialda, you will come to Shodhpur. Shodhpur is one of the very close to Kolkata. And when you get down in Shodhpur, in the west side, 1.5 miles. 1.5 miles, you will reach to Ganges and the temple of Madan Mohan. The temple was actually, when Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada wrote, the temple is huge temple actually. But the temple, because the Jamindar, they build the temple, later on not taking care of properly, the temple is got too old and is start breaking. Then later on, Jamindar, when Jamindar theory was go out, then the villagers normally used to take care of it. And then our ISKCON have a Bhakti Vedanta charity trust, which trust is always work for the very all old temple connected to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. So try to establish and try to protect those places. So they funded for the renovations for the temples, those temples. So that temple also renovated. And 13, 14 years before, it is more, actually 15 years before, there is some chances was came to that temple will given to ISKCON. The groups, the management who are there, the management, they decide to the temple, if they give to the ISKCON, so might be ISKCON can take care of them very nicely. But the temple is actually, placed a very, very special place. It's the heart of the city. And location, very good locations, very expensive, that property nowadays. So what happened, that groups got broke down, the management got broke. So 50% of the management want to give ISKCON and 50% said, no, we cannot give. And actually the politics got involved. The political party group got involved, and they decided to not to give ISKCON. So that was actually a proposal given to His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj. So then Guru Maharaj said, what, because Prabhupada actually instructed him that, whenever you get chance, have some temple in Panihati, in Raghav Pandit's land, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always did a lot of Leela there. So when that temple doesn't come, then by mercy of Lord, after 1 year later, there is one old temple very close to the Danda Mahotsav Tala. They decide to sold that temple, and Guru Maharaj buy that place. So now that place are very good, established. It's not just, you can feel 14 years before they just started. And Guru Maharaj have actually huge project, but unfortunately he left. But devotees are working hard to fulfill Srila Prabhupada mission there in Panihati. So now if anyone want to go to Mayapur, you can visit Panihati. Our center is there. ISKCON center is there. At least, you don't have to worry about the prasadam. Devotees is always have difficulties that where we'll have the prasadam. Staying, we can stay in any places, in hotel and things, but food we cannot have from hotel and anything, no? So that's the very good things we have over there in Panihati. शेषाव सामग्री जतो झालिते भरिया राघव लइया जान गुप्त कोरिया. Shapna Mata, could you read the translation?
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah. This is not coming. Okay.
Not coming?
The foods Damayanti cooked for Lord Chaitanya when he was at Puri were carried in in bags by her
brother.
Sorry, 1 second, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carried in bags by her brother Raghava without the knowledge of others.
Thank you. Yeah. So how he used to carry those food. Descriptions are given there. Okay. Ananda Koruna, could you read that sloka?
10:27, right, Prabhu? Sloka 27. 12 মাস তাহা প্রভু করেন অঙ্গীকার, রাঘবের ঝালি বলি প্রসিদ্ধি যাহার। 12 মাস তাহা প্রভু করেন অঙ্গীকার, রাঘবের ঝালি বলি প্রসিদ্ধ যাহার। Translation. The Lord accepted these foods throughout the entire year. Those bags are still celebrated as Raghavar Jhali, the bags of Raghava Pandit.
So many times we know that the cooked food, if it is cooked 3 hours before, that's cooked food called ultimately the Shattugunas actually turned, become a Tamagunas if the food cooked 3 hours before. So that's why in our temple, we try to keep the food fresh to offer to the Lord. So it's mentioned, when the food cooks 6 hours, 6 means 2 prahar before, meaning 6 hours before, that should not offer to the Lord. But over here we can see that Raghav Pandit carry the food and Mahaprabhu honoring that food not only 6 hours later, 12 months is circulating, 12 months he was honoring that. And that food can stay 12 months. So those kind of items are ultimately allowed to offer the Lord as Raghava Jhali. We will get the recipes later on. What kind of items, so then we can also prepare for our Lord, and we can prepare and keep, and we can offer that. So then Lord will accept. Sheshabar Samagri age koribo bistar, jahar shravane bhakter bahe ashrodhar. Sheshab samagrir age koribo bistar, jahar shravane bhakter bahe ashrodhar. Rachana Mata, translation please.
Yes. I shall describe the contents of the bags of Raghav Pandit later in this book. Hearing this narration, devotees generally cry and tears glide down from their eyes. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yes.
A vivid description of this Raghavera Jhali is to be found in chapter 10 of the Antya Lila portion of SriChaitanya Caritamrita.
Jai.
Jai. Prabhuji, one of my friend also joined. Her name is Brahmarama, madam. She is very senior to me, so I call her Brahmarama, madam.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she was joined and then she was left.
Oh, she left?
Yeah.
No, she's still there.
We can see.
Oh, okay.
Madam is here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
I'm sorry. Yeah, she's here.
She is joining from India, Hyderabad.
Oh, Hare Krishna. Welcome, Mata.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्णा सभी को।
धन्यवाद, आपने इतना दूर से ज्वाइन किया।
भगवान की कृपा प्रभु जी, कृष्णा जी की कृपा।
Okay.
And she can read, Prabhuji. Brahmarama madam can read.
Yeah, sure. Prabhur Ottanto Priyo Pandit Gangadas Jahar smarone hoy sarvabandho nash. It's a beautiful verse. Brahma Rambha Mata, could you please read the translations?
Yes, yes. Pandita Gangadasa was the 8th year branch of the tree of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One who remembers his activities attains freedom from all bondage.
Thank you. So we got a branches number 6, branches number 7, and this is branches number 8. Okay, Gangadash. So we'll get all details about Gangadash Pandit next few verses. Chaitanya Parshad Shia Charja Purandar পিতা করি যারে বলে গৌরাঙ্গ সুন্দর। কানন্দ করুণা প্রভু।
Hare Krishna. Verse 30. Verse 30 translation. Sri Acharya Purandar, the 9th branch, was a constant associate of Lord Chaitanya's. The Lord accepted him as his father. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is described in Chaitanya Bhagavat that whenever Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the house of Raghava Pandit, he also visited Purandar Acharya immediately upon receiving an invitation. Purandar Acharya is to be considered most fortunate because the Lord used to greet him by addressing him as his father and embracing him in great love.
That's the Supreme Personality of Godhead are calling to Purandar Acharya as father. So you can see that what a special personalities he is. So we will have, I was thinking, I thought I will go to everyone's, how many names are coming, I will go to their life story. Then later on I was thinking, because this all details will get, next on Madhya Lila, Adi Lila's last and Anta Lila's last, all details we will get. So we don't need to read, so then, we can go further. দামোদর পণ্ডিত শাখা প্রেমেতে প্রচন্ড প্রভুর উপরে যেহ কইল বাক্য দণ্ড। দামোদর পণ্ডিত শাখা প্রেমেতে প্রচন্ড প্রভুর উপরে যেহ কইল বাক্য দণ্ড। Rachanamata translation.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Damodar Pandit, the 10th branch of the Chaitanya tree, was so elevated in love of Lord Chaitanya that he once unhesitatingly chastised the Lord with strong words.
So we have to have some very special quality to do that, right? When you're studying to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so then what kind of quality you have?
And what relation?
And what relationship you have?
Yeah, where you are chastising Lord himself.
Right.
And I can understand Krishna is very nutcut. He will not mind, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
And see, by hearing that Mahaprabhu even happy. Danda kata kohibo age bistar koriya dande tusto prabhu tare pathaila no diya. So Mahaprabhu even happy and Mahaprabhu even reward him. Let's hear the translation from Shapna Mata.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah. I think now I am getting that I'll get a specs.
Oh, you are not able to see, Mataji?
Yeah, that's what I am Today only I am realizing that one.
Oh,
Oh.
try laptop, Mataji. If you are if you are now doing through phone, try laptop.
Yeah. Okay, Mataji, but now my little one will be not allowing me to do.
That's okay.
So I will do. Later in the Chaitanya's Charitamrita, I shall describe this incident of chastisement in detail. The Lord, being very much satisfied by this chastisement, sent Damodara Pandit in Navadip, Purport. Damodara Pandit, who was formerly known as Saibya in Vajradham, used to carry message from Lord Chaitanya to Sachimatra, and during the Ratha Yatra festival, he carried message from Sachimatra to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sorry, Prabhuji, if I read
No, that's absolutely fine, because you are reading from phone, and phone have a very difficulties.
Yeah,
That's good,
Prabhuji,
but
what is the chastise?
Chastise. You know, when you're chastising someone,
परेशान करना, जैसे कि teasing करना with words, with like परेशान करना, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji.
It's not actually it's not a parishan.
Chastisement means like using strong word to what we say is like shashan.
You are ultimately using the word is like you are punishing someone. That's the chastisement. When I'm very angry with you and I will chastise you, oh Shapna, you should not do that, you understand that? So this is called chastiseness.
Okay, Prabhuji, got it. Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah. So that's the Damodar Pandits are doing the same thing to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That will become later on. And by hearing that his chastisement, he said, okay, I will follow your instructions. And he rewarded as a messenger. He used to take the message from Jagannath Puri to Mayapur for Mother Shachi, and he bring message back from Mayapur to Jagannath Puri. That time there is no train, there is no planes. That's within a 2 hour, 40 minutes you will reach Bhubaneswar. Another 2-hour drive you will reach to Jagannath Puri. So it's like ultimately within 4 hours you will reach there. But that time it took to come back for 1 month, 1.5 months actually, and to go another 1.5 months. So 3 months you need just for traveling. And then how many days you are staying there, that have to be added. So whole year you can only go and come back maximum 3 times max. Tahar Unuj Shankar Pandit Prabhur Padodhan Jar Naam Vidit. Tahar Unuj Shakha Shankar Pandit Prabhur Padopadan Jar Naam Vidit. Brahmarambha Mata, could you please read the translation?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mata.
The 11th branch, the younger brother of Damodara Pandita, was known as Shankara Pandita. He was celebrated as the shoes of the Lord.
So this is very beautiful pastimes actually. It will come later on. Wherever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu go, he used to just flirt in front of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Always. He used to flirt. Why? Because then Mahaprabhu can keep his feet top of him. So that's why known as the shoes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even though Mahaprabhu doesn't do that. So the very beautiful pastime we'll get later on. Sadasheve Pandite Jar Prabhu Padeyas Prathame Nityanandir Jar Ghare Vas. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Ananta Karuna Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Sadashiva, text 34, translation. Sadashiva Pandita, the 12th branch, was always eager to serve the lotus feet of the Lord. It was his good fortune that when Lord Nityananda came to Navadvipa, he resided at his house. Purport. It is mentioned in the Chaitanya Bhagavat Anta Khanda, chapter 9, that Sadashiv Pandit was a pure devotee and that Nityananda Prabhu resided at his house.
Yeah, so Sadashiv Pandit used to live in Kolerganj. So Kolerganj means is now the present Shridham Mayapur. Present Navadvip. Present Navadvip. That place actually is name of Kolerganj. So that Kolerganj, when Nityananda Prabhu came, he actually stayed in Kolerganj, Sadashiv Pandit's house. And then after that, he came to another house where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meet with him. Did you remember whose house? Some Acharya.
Purandar Acharya?
No?
No.
Srinivasacharya Prabhu.
No. Srinivasacharya was not born yet.
Then Advaita Acharya.
Starting with N.
Starting with
N. N.
N.
See, there is a one place, is Mahaprabhu's Mashi's house, that's called Chandrasekhar Acharya Bhavan, where is the Sri Chaitanya Math are establishing by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, where is said the Akur Math ultimately. And just opposite of ISKCON, Mayapur, ISKCON, if you cross the ISKCON property and going towards Navadvip, so then you will get the first temple, first one of the Gauriya Math. So it was actually that Acharya's house before. And outside of the gate, it's written his name. First meeting with Lord Nityananda Prabhu, with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Nandan Acharya. Okay. Sri Nandan Acharya and Chandrasekhar Acharya. These two places are very popular because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he, when child times, his father actually locked in Chandrasekhar Acharya's house during the Taithik Brahman's pastimes. So that's why that two Acharyas are very beautiful pastimes are there. So Nityananda Prabhu first came and stayed with Sadashiv, and then from Sadashiv house, he came to Nandan Acharya's house and he hiding there. Srinishingha Upashaka Pradyumna Brahmachari Prabhu Tara Nam Koila Nishinghanando Kori. This is a beautiful, beautiful pastimes. Okay, Rachana Mata.
Yes, Prabhuji. The 13th branch was Pradyumna Brahmachari. Since he was a worshipper of Lord Narasimha Dev, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu changed his name to Narsiha Ananda Brahmachari. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Pradyumna Brahmachari is described in the Antya Lila, 2nd chapter of Sri Chaitanya Caritamrita. He was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya, who changed his name to Narsiha Ananda while coming from the house of Raghav Pandit at Panihati to the house of Shivananda. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in the heart of Narsiha Ananda Brahmachari. To acknowledge this, Narsiha Ananda Brahmachari used to accept as eatables the food of 3 deities, namely Jagannath, Narsimhadev, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is stated in Chaitanya Caritamrita Antya Lila, 2nd chapter, verse 48 through 78. Upon receiving information that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was proceeding toward Vrindavan from Kulia, Narsiya Ananda absorbed himself in meditation and by his mental activities began constructing a very nice road from Kulia to Vrindavan. All of a sudden, however, he broke his meditation and told the other devotees that this time Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not go to Vrindavan, but would travel only as far as the place known as Kanai.
Kanhaiya Natshala.
हाँ, Kanai Natshala. प्रभु जी ऊपर करना पड़ेगा.
Oh, sorry.
हो गया क्या? हाँ. Kanaya Natashala. This is described in Madhya Lila, chapter 1, verse 155 to 162. The Gaur Gyano Desha Dipika 74 says, Avesas cha tatha gneyo mishre pradyumna samnake. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu changed the name of Pradyum Mishra or Pradyum Brahmachari to Narsiha Ananda Brahmachari, for in his heart Lord Narsiha Dev was manifested. It is said that Lord Narsiha Dev used to talk with him directly. Adbhut.
So if you go to from Navadvip to Kalna, Gauridas Pandit Sripat. So on the path from Navadvip towards Kalna in district of Bardhaman, you will get the place where Narsimananda Brahmachari reside, Pradyumna Brahmachari reside. So that Pradyumna Brahmachari has known that Narsimananda Brahmachari always is already mentioned over here that he was making a flower path, that Mahaprabhu will walk towards Vrindavan. Let me make a nice path for him, nice road, the road made out of flower. But he was not thinking when he was making road, it was very beautifully, smoothly he can build the road. But when he reached to Kanhai Natshala, then his meditation got broke. So it's not like that, he was building the road just directly. No, he was building the road. In between, he was also keeping a place where Mahaprabhu actually going to be, take a rest. He was making road there also. So from there, he make a road because it's from Kulia, from Navadvip Mayapur to Mahaprabhu's going to Vrindavan. So he making road towards inside the Murshidabad district. It's like a Nadia district, then Murshidabad district, and then after Murshidabad district, then Malda district. After Malda district, then he have to enter to Jharkhand, and now Jharkhand, it is Bihar in that time. So after Bihar, then they have to enter to UP, because Bihar and UP is close by. So that's how road was go through. So he covered Bengal, he entered to the Bihar, and his meditation gone. And before he reached to Kanhai Natshala, actually, the roads came from Navadvip to Jiaganj. The Jiaganj is one place where that also will come in Madhya Lilas, where Mahaprabhu after Sannyas he was taking Gamanagaman. So those all details will come. Beautiful pastimes he performs over there in Jiaganj. And then Malda, he met with Rupa Sanatan. And after that, actually, he went to Kanhai Natshala. And after Kanhai Natshala, he came back. Kanhai Natshala, we mentioned before also about the Kanhai Natshala. For your, sometimes we might don't remember. The Kanhai Natshala. Natshala Nat means a dancing place. So a dancing house of Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna is to come there and dance with Srimati Radharani, top of the hill. That's called the Natshala or Nirtyashala of Kanhaiya, means Lord Krishna. And it is just next to the Ganges. And see how Krishna was so merciful. That was actually, the service was taking care of it by a priest, a local priest. One priest was there. He was very, very nice priest. And you can say he also got Siddhi, means the Kanhaiya, Lord Krishna, personally came to him. He was very old. He going to be passed away within a year or some. And he was very worried who going to be take care of the Kanhaiya over here. He has a few disciples, brahmachari disciple, but he's not happy with that. Their service standardities and things. He was always very much worried. And did you remember what happened? Ananta Karuna Prabhu, did you remember? We mentioned this long before.
I remember, Prabhu, you told the story, but I cannot recall the specific.
Okay, not at all. So then what happened? The Kanhaiya, who came to the dream, to the Sannyasi, and he mentioned, yes.
Prabhu, Goropriya remembered because he got a dream and instructed to give to our Guru Maharaj.
Right. Said, go to Mayapur and meet Jai Pataka Swami and hand over my service to him. That old man actually came, Sannyasi, to Siddham Mayapur. And luckily that time Guru Maharaj, Jai Pataka Swami Guru Maharaj was in Mayapur. He just came back from US tour. In the same day, that person is there. And he want to meet. But his secretary and servants, his bodyguard said, no, he cannot go because Maharaj just came from USA and he cannot meet you. You have to take appointment. You have to come later. Say, no, I came from Kanhai Natshala and I have a very important message for him. The pujaris, his servant, don't allow him. Maharaj actually taking a little rest. Maharaj got a dream that someone came to meet him. Some Sannyasi. Maharaj wake up. Immediately call his secretary. Did any Sannyasi came here to meet me? The secretary said, yeah, that Prabhuji who was in the downstairs, guide, just giving security for your gate. He said there is one Sannyasi came and that Sannyasi actually sitting there. He said, no, he want to meet you. He said, bring him immediately. Then that Sannyasi meet him and then Sannyasi mentioned his dream. And actually Prabhupada also instructed him, Srila Jai Pataka Swami Guru Maharaj, that, whenever, if you get chance to serve Kanhai Natshala, immediately you serve. So normally, ISKCON always is to serve there, but not is like, helping financially to run the temple. And that time I remember, even in 1998 when I went, the Sannyasi was there. That time one very small temple top of the hill, and Lord Krishna's footsteps are there, footprints are there, and beautiful deities are there, Kanhaiya. So Maharaj was so happy when he said, immediately Maharaj said, okay, not a problem, we will take care of it. We will take care of temple, we will take care of you also. So until he was alive, so ISKCON actually immediately sent 3 brahmacharis there, gave the responsibilities, and also one extra brahmachari sent it to serve to that Sannyasi, because he gave the opportunity to serve Kanhai Natshala. And Guru Maharaj have a plan to make a huge temple. By is a magic, we would say. Guru Maharaj used to, they used to go to safari, Ganga safari programs. One time we are there, it is in 1999. Guru Maharaj have a safari program in that area, North Bengal and South. So he was there in Kanai Narshala, and there is no place to stay. So he have a tent. Devotee all have a tent, next to the Ganges. They are sleeping there in the tent, and we are sleeping, outside under the tree. There is a Guru Puja, no flower. We are using a leaves as a flower to offer as a Guru Puja's flower. And that temple, if you go now, you cannot even recognize. A palace was actually manifested a few years before. The MP, because that place actually archaeology value was a lot. So it is a archaeological department have mentioned about the old place. So MP was gave, I think, 50 crore rupees, Indian rupees, to remodel the whole temples and whole area. And that area is just completely remodeling. And if you see my Kanai Narshala Yatra, I think few years ago, I think just before the COVID, it was in my Facebook page somewhere. Those whole video was there in Kanai Narshala with the footstep, with the temple, how beautiful it is now. They have a nice guest house now. You can stay overnight, beautiful. That's the Kanai Narshala. Anyway, Mahaprabhu went there until there, and then Mahaprabhu came back. The region also will be mentioned in Chaitanya Caritamrita. Any questions on that? Anyone have?
So Prabhuji, you are saying that during Krishna Leela, Krishna Avatar, Radharani and Krishna used to go that place, and they used to do Leela, dancing Leela.
Yeah, and there Radha and Krishna, they are a child, meaning she is not a very young age. When actually Krishna and Radharani are small meanings under the 12 years old.
Oh,
so that's why if you see the footprint of Krishna, a tiny bit.
Oh, okay. That's amazing.
A beautiful places are there.
And Prabhuji, can you share your old video?
Okay, I have to go in and then I have to find out, where it is.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Narayan Pandite ek barai udar, Chaitanya charan binu nahi jane yar. Narayan Pandite ek barai udar, Chaitanya charan binu nahi jane yar. Brahmarambha Mata, could you please read the translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. Narayana Pandita, the 14th branch, a great and liberal devotee, did not know any shelter but Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet.
Purport also, the 2 lines of purport.
Okay, Prabhuji. Narayana Pandita was one of the associates of Srivasa Thakura. It is mentioned in the Chaitanya Bhagavata, Antyakanda, 8th chapter, verse 36, that he went to see SriChaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri with the Thakuras brother Sri Rama Pandita.
Thank you. So, Narayan Pandit, who meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, and he went to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri with Sri Ram Pandit. Sri Ram Pandit is a brother of Srivas Thakur. So that details also will come in Chaitanya Caritamrita Adi Lila. Will be Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami are quoting the verse from Chaitanya Bhagavad. This is actually, we are reading. This is all are just a, you can say headline, a title. This is just a link. All details, we'll get when we go a little inside. We'll get a lot of nectars in Chaitanya Caritamrita. And thank you, Rachana Mata, to invite your friends in India. I'm seeing there is 3 more new names are there. 2 more names. So
yeah, one is my Bua's daughter, my sister Sujata Verma.
Okay.
And one is Malti Pardesi. She is my Bhabhi's mother.
Oh, okay. So Malti Matas are joining from?
She is joining from Maharashtra, and Sujata Mata joining again from Hyderabad.
Oh, great. Welcome, welcome Malati Mata, and welcome Sujata Verma. It was very nice to...
Thank you.
You most welcome.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We're very happy to see today's our, because this class is actually we start for Rachana Mata long before, and then we got our few more reader, and then we got some more reader now. So every Thursday we'll have these reading classes on this time. So we'll have 5 more minutes, and then 5 minutes we'll question answers, and then we're done for today. শ্রীমান পণ্ডিত শাখা প্রভুর নিজ ভৃত্য দেউটি ধরেন যবে প্রভু করেন নিত্যম. So Malti Mata, could you read the translation and purport? Is it possible?
मालती माता तो नहीं पढ़ सकेंगे, पर सुजाता माता पढ़ सकेंगे. अगर if she is available.
Sujata Mata, are you available to read?
She is principal, so most of the time she just be in the listening mode.
Okay, that's fine. So Rachana Mata, you read.
Okay. The 15th branch was Sriman Pandit, who was a constant servitor of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He used to carry a torch while the Lord danced. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Ram Pandit was among the companions of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when the Lord performed Sankirtan. When Lord Chaitanya dressed himself in the form of goddesses Lakshmi and danced on the streets of Navdeep, Sriman Pandit carried a torch to light the way.
At that time there is...
And Lord Chaitanya dressed like Lakshmi Mata.
He dressed many times with Lakshmi Mata, Srimati Radharani, with the drama. Doing the drama on the road, on the street drama. Devash Pandit always used to acting as a Narad Muni, as he was the reincarnation of Narad Muni.
I see.
There is no utilities, no electricity. So he used to carry a torch, and the torch is not a battery operating torch. The torches are made out of the oil.
Yeah, kerosene, apna diya hoga.
No, actually, it's like kind of a diya, but it's a different kind of torch, because that's give a lot of sunshine. Yeah. Okay. So that's the Sriman Pandit's duty. Now, this is the very beautiful. Shuklambar Brahmachari Baro Bhagavan Jar Anno Magikari Khaila Bhagavan. Okay, Ananta Karuna Prabhu, translation and purport, please.
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Translation, the 16th branch, Shuklambar Brahmachari, was very fortunate because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu jokingly or seriously begged food from him, or sometimes snatched it from his forcibly and ate it. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is stated that Shuklambara Brahmachari, an inhabitant of Navadip, was Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's first companion in the Sankirtan movement. When Lord Chaitanya returned from Gaya after initiation, he stayed with Suklambar Brahmachari because he wanted to hear from these devotee about the pastime of Lord Krishna. Shuklambar Brahmachari collected alms of rice from inhabitants of Navadip, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took pleasure in eating the rice that he cooked. It is said that Shuklambar Brahmachari was one of the wives of the Yajnik Brahmanas during the time of Lord Krishna's pastime in Vrindavan. Lord Krishna begged food from the wives of the Yajnik Brahmans, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed a similar pastime by begging the rice from Shuklambar Brahmachari. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So Shuklambar Brahmachari, his house was near to the Ganges and very close to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came back from Gaya, and Mahaprabhu Mahaprabhus have a lot of symptoms on his body. So many people came to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that because he just came from the Tirtha, So many people are saying, whoa, wow, you went to Tirthas, let me take your lotus feet. But Mahaprabhu are completely different mood. He was just crying, oh Krishna, where I can see you, where I can see you. Sometimes he's crying, sometimes he's laughing, and sometimes he's just rolling on the ground. Now people said, you know what? The Nimai, he got disease. They cannot understood. Many people said, he have a disease of Vayu Roga. Vayu Roga's meaning is, he got a hot and cold. So inside, when the hot actually gets, so you always talk all kind of wrong thing. You act like a madman. So Shachimata are so worried. What happened to Nimai? So worried. That time Srivash Pandit came. Now everyone knows in Navadip that Srivash Pandit are very, very special personalities because he's a devotee. He's the devotee of Lord. So when Shachimata was asking to Srivash Pandit, oh Srivash, can you please tell me what happened to my Nimai? People are saying so many things. People are saying, you should go to the doctor. Someone say, no, you go to the Kaviraj. Someone say, no, you go to the Ojha. A different variety of doctors you have to go. Someone said, no, you take to some temple. Someone said, no, you apply the oil, Narayan oil, Vishnu Toilam to his body, then he will be okay. Now Srivas Thakur saying, oh Mata Shachi, what the disease Nimai got? The yogis, the rishis, hundreds of years, they meditate for that, but they couldn't get it. I wish if I get the same disease, what Nimai have it? So then Shachimata said, oh, you give me a big relief from the big tensions, what the other people are saying. So Mahaprabhu mentioned, Srivash, if you said that I have a disease, I would go to the Ganges, jump it and kill myself. Then Mahaprabhu thought, in front of everyone, because these people doesn't understood about the bhava, doesn't understood about the Ashto Shattik Bekar. So that time he mentioned to one devotee that you tell all the Vaishnava devotee to come to Shuklambar Brahmachari's house this evening. We will have Ishtagashti. I want to hear about Krishna more from you guys. And he sent message to Shuklambar also that I'm coming to your house. This is beautifully narrated. Yeah.
How old was Mahaprabhu? Because he's still Nimai, right? So
Yes.
I am thinking he must be 19, 20 years.
He was just 19 years. Your guess is absolutely right. He is just entered in 19 years because he got married with Mother Shachi, Vishnupriya Devi at the age of 18 years. And after that, means 18 years, few months actually. After that, he went to Gaya. And after came back from Gaya, these things has happened. So he just started 19 years old. 19 years old boy.
That's why Mother Sachi was so worried.
Yep.
Mm.
And
Prabhuji,
yeah,
you said one Vishnu Taila, Prabhuji. Vishnu Taila
Vishnu Toilam.
means?
So Vishnu Toilam means is, specifically when Lord Vishnu's means all the Vishnu Tatta's timing, his appearance day, we bathe Lord with a specific oil made with a sandalwood, like sandalwood oils, some flower oils, mix it together and we offer to Lord Vishnu. So that's oil as used as a medicine, as called Vishnu Toilam.
That's what Prabhuji, why I asked, because when I went to Tamil Nadu, old temples are there. There, the Thailam was, they are making and they are distributing to the people, those whoever want, they are buying.
Right. It's very, very, the Vishnu Toilams are very, workable, very powerful.
That's what we even I too purchased, Prabhuji. That's why I got doubt and I asked.
Right. If you have a little headache, just take a little bit of oil, Vishnu Toilam, apply your forehead. You'll feel difference. We use is like a Narayan Toilam, Narsimha Toilam. It's called Narsimha oil. So use the Narsimha Toilam as the same reaction as like a Vishnu Toilams.
In the temple, Prabhuji, they are doing Abhishekam. After Taila Abhishekam, daily they do the Taila Abhishekam in that temple. That Taila is coming out of the temple along with the curd, milk and everything. They are collecting that and they are pouring in one well. But in that well, only oil was there. The remaining were evaporating because of the sun's heat. That oil they are selling.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You're very lucky. It is very close by. You live very close by, and you can visit all the gorgeous temples where the lords are personally present there. Thank you so much, everyone. And if anyone have any questions, we can discuss one questions today.
So, Hare Krishna Prabhu, because it has been so long, I joined last. So it looks like from these chapter, we are entering into the specific Leelas, right, Prabhu?
No.
Not entering, like it is introduction.
Right.
Okay.
So from this chapter we are getting the Chaitanya trees descriptions only.
Okay.
Next chapter we will get Nityananda tree descriptions.
Okay.
Nityananda's Parshad. Then we will get Advaita tree, Advaita Shakha. Then we will get Gadadhar Pandit and Srivas Shakha. And then we will enter to the pastimes.
Yes, I see that, Prabhu.
Yeah.
So fourth chapter from these, that's 13th chapter. It says Mahaprabhu Janma Leela. Yes.
Right.
Wonderful. So it looks like this is just introduction.
Yep, it is introduction.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you so much again to Shapna, Brahmarambha Mata, Sujata Varma Mata, and also Miss another Mata who was joined today. And we hope we'll see you coming Thursday. We start at 7:05 p.m. EST, our Eastern Standard Time. Please join if you can. And thank you, Rachana Mata, to invite them.
Regularly, I will attend, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rachana Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you to Krishna, because It was Krishna's, I would say it was Krishna's desire that I learn Chaitanya Caritamritam from Manorama Prabhuji. I insisted Manorama Prabhuji at